let me ask you this too, because I do want to talk about who you call Saint Kevin and how huge he's been in with this in the manosphere, making it go mainstream, but in essence also bringing a group of women with him. A lot of people got introduced, me to the black manosphere really through Kevin Samuels. And I think a lot of women have, because he was speaking to women and having us kind of open our eyes and be like, well, Nern, this is me. And if I'm thinking like this, how foolish I've been.
Right.
So, what do you think? How big of a role has he played in women coming into the atmosphere now?
A very big one.
Yeah.
Probably, I think it's probably fair to say he's probably done more to bring women in it single-handedly than anybody inside
Hmm.
the Black Manosphere itself up to this point. And I think that's a good thing. Like I said, now we're having actual conversations back and forth, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always going to be pretty,
Yeah,
but we are talking, and that's a good thing.
I do too. So, we're going to be talking about marriage, Obsidian.
Yeah.
Are you going to get your men to look at marriage some a little differently than it has been?
Well, it's interesting you say that because
Let's talk about that.
I was over on Bernard Riley's show earlier today, and
Mhm.
we were talking about the Fresh and Fit fiasco and the part two, and I had made the point that studies have shown that black men that are single and childless, 53% of them want a serious relationship or want to get married.
Mhm.
So this idea that there are a lot of guys out there that just don't want to be bothered with women at all and all that's just not true.
Right.
The empirical evidence doesn't support it. So my question became, why do we keep perpetuating these? I'm not going to say it. Excuse me. I'm not going to go so far as to say it's a lie. But what I would say is, why do we keep saying and doing one thing when it's clear that we want something else? And this is not something that black women can or should solve. This is not a problem for them to solve. It's a problem for black men to solve. Black men have to create the cultural space for black men to say, you know what, man, I really want to get married or I really want to have a relationship. What I think is really sad about Fresh and Fit is that, and this is for both of them, because earlier this summer, it was Myron who was in the crosshairs. Now it's his partner, Fresh. I believe his given
Fresh.
name is Walter. I
Right.
believe. So it's both of them. And what I think is really sad about that whole ball of wax is that these guys have to put all this artifice out there to simply try to get to them wanting a relationship. And then when they do so with the worst kinds of women for a relationship.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong if you just want to have fun and y'all guys just hang out and good time. There've always been good time Charlies and good time Charlene's in Black America. That's always been true. So I'm not judging anybody for that. But I do have a problem with and it goes against the old barbershop truism that you can't make a hoe into a housewife.
Mm.
And that's exactly what these guys are attempting to do. And I think it's really sad. And it's sad. It's a damning indictment on Black American society, Black men in particular, where you have Black men who cannot even say in in the company of others in public that they want to have a relationship or they want to get married. That they have to go through the artifice of a playboy lifestyle
Mhm.
to do it. I think that's sad. That's a damning indictment. And I think that the Fresh and Fit episode, the two bookending episodes, the one in the summer and the one that just went down, I think that the time has come for Black men to ask themselves this question. what is it going to take for us to be able to change the conversation now? Or are we
Right.
going to continue to go down the path that Fresh and Fit have laid out? In other words, we got to keep going down this, Playboy, path, and then finally at some point, wind up to get in a relationship, when that's just not what the data indicates. Most guys don't want to be Playboys.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't. Most guys want to get a wife or a girlfriend. How do we move in the direction of having that conversation? I think it's very sad that we can't even talk about it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I see this is something that black men have to take on. This isn't black women's job. They can't fix it. Only black men can fix it.